Hey y'all. So on this video here, I'm just gonna let my heart sing. I don't have scripture. This is a little heart to heart real quick. I was on my way home from work, and for the past week, I've been getting out of nowhere like these little anxious feelings, out of nowhere emotions of sadness. But it's not necessarily bad sadness. I think some of y'all can understand where I'm coming from. It's like, I don't know, like as if like I need a refresher, a cleanse, like it's time to just like let it all out. But I was driving home today and it all made sense. Because each time after I would feel so like I need to mourn, I would go pray. I would go into prayer and I'll start to talk deeply with the Lord. So just a little back reference real quick. For the past, I would say about 2 years, probably even longer, I've had a whole streak of, it's just been a really hard time for me in multiple avenues of my life. Like, homegirl couldn't catch a break for real. Then this year, 2024, was like the worst, the worst. And I kid you not, I've only started to have a little bit of like, okay, I can see the sun coming up behind, out of the clouds as of last month in July. I started to see things more brighter, things and opportunities started opening up for me, transition from out of careers and started saving some money on a debt-free journey. Just, a lot of things are starting to look on the up and up finally, right? And I also have peace. I'm learning to get peace in my mental by running after God when I need help, running after him when I need to make decisions, running after him with all of my worries, all of my cries, all of my concerns, my pains, what I need to work on, work through. I take it all to him. And because I do so, I'm able to get up in the morning. I'm able to go to work. I'm able to show up for my family and people, my loved ones, even friends, or associates, should I say, because I'm gonna be honest, I don't really have friends. At this moment in my life, I just have associates, to be honest, because I consider friends, disclaimer, friends is somebody like you really talk to here and there all the time, kind of at least weekly, not once in a blue moon every few months and stuff like that. You know what I mean? So that's why I say that. But because I'm trying to be transparent and keep it real on here. I'm not trying to pump fake nobody and act like I'm something I'm not and I got all these friends and da-da. No, I don't. This is clean cut how it is for me. But anyways, now that things is on the up and up for me, I'm starting to get anxious and a little sad because I don't want to become one of those people that they cried so hard and prayed so hard and fast when life hit them and hurt them so bad. But as soon as they got a break, they forgot about God. As soon as the goodness and the blessings started to come, their prayers start to minimize in time, then in days, then in weeks, then in months. And stop going to God and then started leaning on themselves. See, I know what got me here where I was when everything came crashing down in my life. I got there because of what I've caused, what I've done, the decisions I made, me not walking with God, me not having faith in him, really trying to dive in and have a relationship with him. Now that I know better now, I mourn the thought of even, and this is for real, I'm so serious, y'all. I literally mourn the thought of doing it without him. It makes me so sad. It makes me so sad because I know the end results. And I'm on here to say, I'm in the book of Daniel and I'm up to chapter 10. So I take my time to read, through the chapters of the Bible. And I try to really marinate on them, pray on them, bring my questions to God, go study and things all by myself. I'm not in schooling for this or anything. It's just because, he said we perish because of lack of knowledge. And which is also no excuse for us. It's no excuse for us. When things is done, we can't just be like, oh Lord, well, I didn't know. Because he's going to be like, well, I left you scripture. I left you my word. I left you my promise. I left you all of these resources and you did not care to use them. Right? And that's in Hosea 6:4. I'll put it up here when I can find that scripture. But so I take it serious. And I'm in the book of Daniel, and everybody always talk about the lion's den moment, right? Where Daniel survived being thrown into the lion's den overnight. King David just was in hopes and faith that, you know, his God had saved him and this and the third. And he did. And the angel, you know, was on the top of the lion's mouth and shut the lion's mouth. And so he survived. Everybody always reference that. But you know, actually what I got out of that so far from chapters 1 through 10 was I've noticed that the kings, there's about like 3 kings in there so far up between those chapters. They all tested God. They all tested him. And he showed up and he showed out. He also sent warnings and messages and dreams, mainly all dreams. And Daniel was able to interpret these dreams. So they knew it was real. It's like God proved himself, even though he didn't have to prove himself because, you know, you can't challenge God and try to, oh, you need to do this. No, he don't operate like that. But he did. He wanted to send a message. And it's crazy because I've noticed that they would, oh, all praise to Daniel's king, and we're going to put in laws that he is just a mighty king and he's the greatest king, and you pray to him, and that's law. That was for the time being. But then some time went on, and then the new kings started coming, and then people start getting ahead of themselves, and what they do, forgot all about what God had done did. So then he had to do it again. He didn't have to, but he did. Excuse me. He chose to do it again. Show up, send a message, a warning, whatnot. People still showing out, acting crazy. As if they didn't know from the last king or from the last, ruling what God showed up and did. They still wanted to, test him, or not even test him. They just didn't even care. And I don't want to be one of those people, because with one king that ended him in death, Belshazzar, sorry if I'm butchering the names, but then the first king of Daniel's, what was that, Nebuchadnezzar, he ended up having to go lose his mind and be in the wilderness as in eating grass as if he was cattle, and just turn into an animalistic mindset, right? For like, what was that, 7 years? And then had to bow down to the Lord pretty much and say, okay, you are king. But see, they didn't have to go through that. Also, it's just kind of, while reading that, it was just mad crazy to me that God showed up and showed out and showed who he was. And they, at the moment, was, oh my goodness, all glory, this is amazing. And then gonna test him again. Or just like, anyways, I'm gonna do what I want. Like the one that got killed, was it Belshazzar? Yeah, he was the one that was drinking. He held like some sort of party and then used the stolen utensils from God's temple, knowing it was from God's temple. Like, come on. Camera went out. Sorry about that, y'all. But moral of the story, don't only give glory and run after God. Not run after, but draw near to him. Be very close to him when you need something, or when you need to get from being down and out. Okay? Don't do that. Because think about all the times that you done something. Better yet, have you ever used the line, dang, no matter what I do, they still gonna treat me this way. No matter what I do, they always gonna see me that way. No matter what I do, they still gonna act how they act. I'm pretty sure at least somebody, or if you've used this line before, and it doesn't feel good. It doesn't feel great. And I'm like, dang, I'm driving home from work. Like, that's how God sees this. And also on the other end, wow, I shouldn't be shocked when I say this about people because they do it to God all the time. No shocker. He stay putting us up on game and we stay ignoring it. But also, treat him how you want to be treated. You don't like when people do that to you. So why do it to the Lord? Draw near to him. Stay near to him, even when things is on the up and up, because you always got something to talk to him about. Whether it's praising him, giving him glory for waking you up, for letting you breathe, for letting you walk, see, whatever they may be. We take for granted the littlest things. So just know you will have things to talk about even when you are going through a good transition in your life or a good season in your life. But good seasons is just like the weather. It's going to rain at some point, and then it's going to get sunny again. And it's going to have to storm at some point, and then it's going to get sunny again. That's how life is. But keep a consistent and a genuine relationship with the Lord. Also, I'm telling y'all, the Bible puts you up on game. Y'all need to get into that. Get into that. Let's get active. All right, stay blessed, y'all. We up.